Yeah,
Thank you.
we'll definitely bring them in, yes.
Other questions? Okay. Members of the public wishing to voice concern or questions in this regard? Please step forward to the podium.
Okay.
Tom Yates from KOZT, the Coast. We're what they call the LP2, the primary EAS station on the coast. Talking with Bill Woodworth earlier, and if any of you have ever run, I know some of you have, redundant backup systems for emergencies, if you don't test them under load, they're not going to work. If you have a generator and you test it without a load on it, it's going to blow up the first time you run it. That's just Murphy's Law in action. And we need to know these systems work under actual systems, not with our required weekly tests and monthly tests. Those go on, those are fine. They tend to almost get ignored like junk mail. So we need to have something out there to find out the actual codes work and the tested under load. I would advocate very strongly that this be something that the board approve. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Questions? Other comments? Okay, back to the board. What's the, oh, Mr. CEO, I'm sorry, overlooked you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just wanted, on that issue of reverse 911, we've had some technology challenges, and in the latest report I'll cover with you, we've asked for an extension for implementation to December 31st, 2008 while we sort out the challenges with the vendor, but we're hopeful to have the system up and running before the March event that we have coming. Our plan for the remainder of the afternoon is after we're done with this presentation and the next round of questions, that Bill Woodworth will take interested parties over to the Agricultural Commissioner's conference room for questions and answers related specifically to the issue. So that's our plan for the next few minutes.
Thank you. So what is the action on the board on this item? Well, there is a request for approval for the conduction of this test. So,
And I would so move the recommended motion.
Second.
okay, thank you very much. And any discussion to the motion? All right, call for the vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed? Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. And thanks for allowing us to kind of jostle some schedules around here. So,
Accommodating my schedule.
you betcha.
You know what the ocean says, don't you? The ocean don't say anything, it just waves.
Jeez.
Sarah Jim.
You're bad. You're bad. Okay, let's take up item 7C and ask for forgiveness. This was timed for 11 a.m. This is a presentation to the board on a follow-up to public expression concerning illegal camping along the Russian River in Mendocino County. The Health and Human Services Agency, Social Services as the sponsor.
Good afternoon, Chairman Wattenberger, members of the board. I'm Carmel Angela, the Director for the Health and Human Services Agency. This issue deals with illegal camping along the Russian River, and on September 8th of this year, landowners in this community came to this board to discuss their concerns about the transient encampments along the Russian River. On that date, the board directed staff to follow up with this issue and to return here to give a report on that follow-up. So today, the Health and Human Services Agency would like to give you an update on what our actions were and some of the solutions. This issue, of course, is multifaceted, and the homeless services staff were involved, along with public health and public safety. And I also want to say that while our goal was to help the landowners, our goal was also to work with the transient homeless population that we found on the Russian River and provide resources as available for the transients. So at the direction of the board, the Health and Human Services Agency met with the landowners. We also met with the Russian River cleanup volunteers and with public safety to determine some solutions to the issues. So at this time, Susan Era, who's our director of the Adult System of Care, and Kathleen Stone, who's our Homeless Services Coordinator, will share with you some of the activities that took place and also public safety as well. Thank you.
Please, thank you.
Good afternoon.
Hi, Susan.
Hello. I'm going to be very brief so that I can get Kathleen Stone up here, and also Kurt Smallcombe is here from the Sheriff's Department to give you more specific information about action steps that were taken. But after there was a presentation here at the board, some of the HHSA staff who work specifically in homeless services and homeless outreach went down to the river and interviewed some of the encampment residents, as well as interviewed many of our property owners along the river to get an idea of what were the main issues that we were dealing with. And it was very clear we needed a special meeting. We set that meeting. It occurred on October 16th. In your board agenda summary, it identifies who was present, and Carmel was just alluding to that. The meeting was extremely valuable because everybody who attended, whether they were from public safety or the landowners or the Health and Human Services Agency, everyone came to the table with a